Welcome to a beautiful spring day in Greenville. Come on, it's better than it was this morning when it was snowing. We all know that's true. I'm Bob Ferrantino. I'm the president of MCC, and I welcome you all to the grand opening of the Bill Braman Family Center for Education at MCC. We are so pleased and proud that you've taken the time to join us today to hail the building's completion, but more importantly, to celebrate the promise that it offers for increased future educational opportunities. Those opportunities for all of Montcalm County's residents. Thank you for being here. It is an exciting day. It's a chilly day, but an exciting one. Let's get rolling. And please allow me to introduce Ms. Karen Carbonelli, who is the chairperson of the Board of Trustees at MCC. Karen?
Thank you, Bob. It's really exciting to be here for this special day to dedicate this wonderful building, the Bill Braman Family Center for Education. It's because of Bill Braman and people like Bill that have collaborated and support our community that makes this whole community very special. Our community is special because we have three things that we tend to focus on, and that is economics, and health, and education, all very, very important. The journey towards easy access to higher education began in the 1960s. Don't get excited, I'm not going to take 45 years here. But there was a group of people that were very visionary that got together to decide if we could have a community college in our area. And in 1965, their dream became a reality because the voters elected the first governing board and approved the 1 mil levy to support the college. In 1966, the classes started and we had an enrollment of 380 people. The classes were held in the afternoon and the evening in the local high schools. The nursing students were taken care of at Kelsey, United Memorial, and Carson City Hospital. They had their classes and they did their clinical work there. 1966 also saw two buildings constructed at the Sidney campus, and that was Instruction East and the Library Administration Building. In 1968, Instruction North was added. In 1969, Instruction West. We celebrated the opening of the Activities Building in 1975. In 1999, we built the B. Dozer building on the Sidney campus. 2001 saw the beginning of the Greenville campus for Montcalm Community College with the opening of the Stanley and Blanche Ash Technical Learning Center. And then in 2006, the Stanley P. Ash building was opened on the Sidney campus, and that houses our science and our nursing classes. It's been a long journey since that original 380 students enrolled. Montcalm Community College has served 75,000 learners in our nearly 50 years of existence. That's pretty powerful. The numbers are impressive. The inspiring dynamic is the community continues to focus on collaboration toward developing our learning community. We've traveled a good distance together since the dream of the 60s, and I look forward to continuing the journey and paving the way for Montcalm's brighter future. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Tom Cohn. He is the president of the Montcalm Community College Foundation.
Thank you, Karen, and welcome everyone. This is very much a special occasion with this brand new building, and I don't want to get too far off track with this weather. There's a deal on this weather, and I got to just tell you just a little bit quickly, because I know it's cold, but there's a reason it's cold. Some of you that you all know something about Montcalm Community College, so most all of you know who Les Morford is. Well, he's on the Community College Foundation Board, and every year in the winter he's down in Florida. And we have these meetings, and he can't be there, so he joins on conference call. And every time he's on a conference call, in the middle of the winter, it's terribly cold up here, and he's down in Florida, and he says, just a minute. I got to turn my air conditioner down. Well, Les brought his air conditioner with him. And that's the problem. Okay. I don't think that was in my script, Terry, but... Okay. Two things on my list. Montcalm Community College, community and education. That's what it's about, and that's why we're here today. Your presence here shows us and shows me that you all believe in the power of education, and you believe in your community, and you believe in the college. A little history. I got an infomercial here. Just a quick history on the foundation. I can do it quicker than Karen could. Our foundation was, that's because we don't go back as far. Our foundation was initiated in 1981, about 32 years ago, and one of the founding fathers of the foundation was Stan Ash, and he was the first president of the foundation. He served on the board until he passed away in 2004. As Karen mentioned, the building just to the west of us was put up in 2001 and named after Stan and Blanche, and also a building in 2006 on the campus. And now we're to 2013 and we have this facility today. So the foundation's been instrumental in all of those three buildings. Our board is made up of 18 foundation directors, and our mission is promote, encourage, and financially support MCC and its mission of creating a learning community. How do we carry out that mission, and what do? We provide educational grants. We have 40 named scholarship funds. This last year, or this coming year, we'll provide $140,000 worth of scholarships for students at the college. And I also need to mention that our goal for this building was to raise $3 million, and we're at this point we're past 2/3 of the way, so we've passed the $2 million mark, and that's a big deal. We're able to do that because of you folks. Your support of MCC and the foundation have created just a fantastic learning community for this area, and it's very much appreciated. But the best part of what I get to do today is next, and that is to introduce someone to you that maybe you haven't met before, and maybe you have. His name is Bill Braman. I'd like him to come up right now. Bill?
Thank you, Tom. I may have a little problem getting through this. I returned not too long ago with some pneumonia problems. I have a little voice problem. But if so, I'll call on you folks to help me as I called on folks all my life to help me. One thing about Tom, I was all prepared because he usually is a little flowery in some of his introductions. Fortunately, he spared me. But I was going to say, wouldn't it be nice, wouldn't it, if all speakers and politicians had to live up to their introductions? We're pleased that you came to our grand opening and offer your support. Our future prosperity as a community depends on our ability to increase the educational level of the present and future workforce to meet the demands of today's economy. This new facility became a reality through partnerships and collaborations. As a result of many individuals and organizations working towards a common goal to create a brighter future. We suffered a severe loss a few years ago with the loss of Electrolux and some of its supporting industries when they moved on. We've recovered somewhat with small business and industrial startups. There are several good reasons why Greenville and the greater Montcalm area will again flourish. We have an excellent city government, city council, and a workforce that gets the job done. Greenville has an outstanding hospital, the area's largest employer, over 900 and still growing. It received more than 1 national awards for being one of the best towns of its size in the United States. Just recently, a young woman CEA that's just on deck less than 2 years, Tina Paris Decker, who was recently honored nationally for her management skills. Greenville has an outstanding community foundation with assets of over $18 million. Most of it goes to nonprofit organizations to help people's needs. I should say most of its income. The corpus stays as it is to continue to grow and help more people. The foundation is headed up by a wonderful lady here, Allison Barberate, and her 2 very able lady assistants. You may notice that these are women serving in key positions in organizations around our area. I suspect that most women are born with certain abilities that allow them to outperform men better.
That's it.
I hope you took that the right way.
That's one of the most important.
We have a new college 4-H fairgrounds and facilities. Generosity, again, of the local supporters. It was a very active Chamber of Commerce, headed up by 2 very ambitious women, 2 co-executive directors, Candy Kirshen and Gay Donovan Wolf. Now back to education. We have excellent schools throughout the county and here in Greenville, thanks to the superintendent, staff, faculty, and board. Incidentally, the long-term board chairperson here in Greenville is another outstanding woman. Janet Rell, who also heads up the Educational Foundation of Greenville, which has brought many wonderful cultural things to Greenville for the adults and for the students. With these great organizations performing so well, all that's needed are more and better jobs. Our community will help us prepare for these. Our community college will help us prepare for these, utilizing this new facility and other buildings, and including the Stanley and Ash Tech Center building down here to the left on this campus. Thanks to MCC's energetic president, Bob Quarantino, its vice presidents, staff, faculty, and board members who've all worked hard to make this come about. I should mention, and want to mention, there are 2 more ladies involved in the college scene. One, of course, you heard, Karen Carbonelli was chairman of the Board of Trustees, and then Terry Smith, who was busy, I don't know where, oh, there's Terry over there. She's been with the organization for, I don't know, 26 years? Yeah, she says, yes. She's vice president for advancement, and she coordinates day-by-day activities for Tom Cohen and the foundation and the board. But last and not least is Don Burns, the foundation's vice president and longtime president of MCC, who continues to be available whenever he's needed. My last comment is relative to why my family name is on this building. And I'd like to introduce them to you. First is my wife, Jolene. Are you going to stand up, Jolene? Who's always been very... She's always been so very supportive, and we recently celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary. I have 4 of my 5 children here today. Bruce Braman, he's a graduate of Paris State University. He was a procurer and then took up a hearing loss practice too as a hearing hearing aid salesman before his retirement. His wife Jeanette couldn't be here, but she retired last year as a teacher from the Belding School System. Daughter Carol Manson. Business College. She was the administrative assistant for Cliff Fedor that was business manager at the community college some years ago. And then she became office manager for 2 different law firms and now retired, and her husband Roddy, who's a retired accountant. The next one, Dr. Bob Braman, the professional student of the family for about 9 years. For about 9 years, as I remember, he's a minister at the Congregational Church in St. Joe, Michigan. He graduated from Oral Roberts University, received his PhD from Princeton University. His wife, Betty, works for 2 surgeons who couldn't be here today. Daughter, Mary Morgan, is a school teacher. Northfield School District, Northeast Grand Rapids. She graduated from Central Michigan U, and her son is graduating from Central in 10 days. She has a daughter who is a missionary in Africa, and a daughter who is a sports programmer for ESPN TV out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Daughter Kathleen Braman is an RN and has been in nursing administration for many years at outpatient surgical clinics and hospitals in the West, and currently is at Bellingham, Washington, just north of Seattle. She couldn't be here today. She's single. She's only 52. My family is very supportive, and I love them very much. Now, the next person on the program here, it's a pleasure to introduce because I've known her for many years. She and her husband have a dairy farm over here by Sheridan. I know she used to be involved also playing the organ, and maybe still is, at a church. She's been quite a comedian around the county with my daughter-in-law, Bob's wife, as they used to dress up and put on some acts for all the people. In any event, just a great lady, and she ran for House of Representatives, served the terms that you're allowed, and is now our senator representing us in this area, Senator Judy Emmons.
sound proud because you all understand. Thanks to the Daily News. Where is No, I thought, a tent? We're in a tent? I can't believe we're in a tent. We have a beautiful building. This is truly, I was looking forward to this, and I was paying attention to the road because of thinking on my way up here, it's so appropriate to be here to dedicate this building because it is an educational foundation that's helped build this community. And for me personally, it was the experience in education where I first became acquainted with the Braman family. And it goes back a few years in third grade.
Careful.
Careful. You knew this was going to happen. Goes back a few years in third grade, and this smarty pants comes into my classroom in third grade, and his name is Bobby Braman. And it was a 3rd-4th split with Florence Rasmussen as a teacher. And I'll be darned, within weeks they turned his chair around and he went to 4th grade instead of 3rd grade. And I'll tell you, I was really, really ticked about that. Clearly, I was delusional regarding my academic abilities. But no, a true pleasure to be here. And honestly, how fitting that you have this beautiful building to commemorate the work, and you've committed to our community for so many years. And as I was thinking, you know, it's a LEED certified building. You are one of the original, whether people want to admit it or not. Those of us in agriculture are the original environmentalists. And we take care of what has provided so well for us. And you were an outstanding fruit farmer, Bill. And we're just grateful that you committed to our area, that you saw the need, and we can't thank you enough. And with that, I probably better stop. But your family's here. What a treat that you can share this and celebrate, and that you're willing to share with all of us. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad that Judy made it on time, because I was going to have to come up and introduce myself as the new and improved Judy Emmons. And the problem with that is, it was pointed out to us the other day that I might throw you on that, because where she has dark hair and a gray stripe, apparently I've got gray hair and a dark stripe. So anyway, very glad to be here. This is an exciting time. You know what, as I've been in the legislature, and you know, I've been involved with a lot of the educational decisions there, and part of it was community colleges, of course. And that's, you know, I know the importance of community colleges here. I didn't realize what a jewel it was, and really, I don't want to say it's rare, but I didn't realize that. I thought every community had community colleges. I thought it was statewide. And as I've talked to my brother who lives in Cadillac, who's a principal in Cadillac, and then some of the other state representatives that live in northern Michigan, apparently community colleges aren't as ubiquitous as I thought they were. They're not everywhere. So what a phenomenal thing to have in your community to help. And again, I am a recipient of this because my son currently attends here, and as I've been talking to my daughter, she graduates from Lakeview this year. And as of right now, I'm hoping, and that was the decision we made on Sunday, that she's going to attend here too, and perfect timing, because she wants to go into the health career field, and this building will be used for those things. And so it's very appropriate for me, and I'm glad to be part of this. Again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this university. They've been so good to me. They've helped me out throughout my political career here, as short as it is. But you know, it's phenomenal. Bob's been great to work with, and I couldn't be happier for this place, this community, and for the students who are going to benefit from this. So with that, I will turn it back over to Bob. Thank you.
Thank you all for your kind comments and for being here and weathering the storm of cold weather. Karen, don't get any ideas about a female president right now. That's got me worried. I heard that. A few years ago, we bought the farm. Or the fairgrounds, as we might say, if you recall. And today it looks a little different in terms of our vision for what MCC Greenville can be. I'd be remiss if I didn't start with a thank you to Stan and Blanche Ash, to their memories, as some of us have already alluded to. Their assistance in making this building a reality, making this a reality of a campus, doing all the things they've done for the college over the years. I know we all owe them a debt of gratitude. And Bill, I know your good friends, Stan and Blanche, are looking down on us and being very proud of where we're at today. So why build this building? Why build this building? After all, in recent times, we have faced the worst recession in years, resulting in double-digit unemployment, loss of industry, the loss of associated good-paying jobs. Wouldn't it have been better just to hunker down and ride out the storm? I've been asked that a lot. Wouldn't it have been better? I'm quite sure that not too many people would have blamed us if we had taken that approach. But in a word, the answer to that question was, and still is, a resounding no. It would not have been better. You see, we don't live in the same world that our fathers and mothers and grandparents lived in. We don't live in the world where many good career opportunities existed that did not require education past high school. We don't live in the world where a 30-year career with one employer was the norm, or in the world where a middle-class existence was almost a guaranteed outcome based on one's hard work and dedication to their trade, his or her trade. That world is gone. And for all of us today, that prosperity that we long for comes about in different ways. Advances in technology and healthcare, manufacturing, business, communication, many other aspects of our society call for a better educated workforce with higher level skills than ever before. The global economy demands it, and our local economy must respond if we're to compete and provide for the well-being of our communities and our citizens. We need to look to ourselves for inspiration and the creation of future opportunities. Therefore, if that vision of taking care of our own is to become reality, or was to become reality as we've pondered over the last few years, action was needed, and hunkering down was not an option. So we fast forward a couple of years to today, and we stand here dedicating the Bill Braman Family Center for Education at Montcalm Community College, Greenville. A mouthful to describe a new jewel that has already been affectionately tagged as the Braman Center. The Braman Center is a key element in the development of a more comprehensive campus in Greenville. Our goals: 1, create an enriched learning environment for our students. 2, increase capacity to serve our area learners. The vision for the campus has taken shape as a result of collaborative work among the college, our K-12 partners, healthcare providers, business and industry, local government units, and area universities, and a lot of other people that I'm probably forgetting. But a direct result of the spirit of that collaboration is found in the purposes for which the Braman Center opens today. For example, did you know that 10 of the 20 fastest growing occupations through the year 2018 are projected to be in the healthcare field? The health careers area, that arena, is certainly a high demand employment area, offering excellent career opportunities. Credential requirements certainly vary by specific career, but the college is committed to growing the Greenville campus into a new learning destination for students desiring health-related careers. That will happen only by maintaining and ultimately enhancing our existing collaborative efforts with our world-class area healthcare providers. Working together will enable us to satisfy the consistent need for a well-educated and well-prepared healthcare workforce. The situation is very similar when we talk manufacturing. Manufacturing is not dead. It's different. It's very different than what it was, but it's certainly not being put in the ground. The use of highly sophisticated technology has changed the manufacturing landscape forever, requiring specific training for learners who want to become productive workers in the industry. The manufacturing skill labs at the Braman Center will provide education and training in areas in demand by local manufacturers. We will continue to work with our industry partners to ensure understanding of their needs and to ensure our abilities to deliver on our promises, to deliver extensive hands-on learning opportunities in technical areas, coupled with the soft skills necessary for career success. Not to mention that the building itself is a laboratory of sorts, demonstrating the benefits of going green with renewable energy studies and the utilization of sustainable construction techniques throughout the entire project. Don't get me started on the need for baccalaureate programming. Okay, I'll start myself. When many promising career options today are more and more requiring the bachelor's degree as the preferred credential for employment. For example, nursing and the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree is quickly becoming the ticket for a person wanting a career in a healthcare-related field as a nurse. Imagine with me for a minute a world where a Montcalm area learner is able to seamlessly move through one of our excellent K-12 school districts, onto MCC, and subsequently to a baccalaureate program in a high-demand field, and all of it happening locally in Montcalm County. Lots of partnerships to make that happen. Loads of collaboration to make that happen. And the good news is, it already is happening. Conversations with Ferris and Grand Valley and Cleary University and Michigan State and Central and Alma College and Kaplan University, among others, have been very fruitful. Ferris has already begun and offered classes leading to a BSN here in town, and more options for our residents are coming soon. Maybe not all on day one, they are coming soon. Our vision is that the Greenville campus becomes a true higher ed destination for our citizens. We're not forgetting the community at large either. The access that our citizens need to develop that learning community we consistently talk about is being realized as we stand here today. I'm talking about one example of earlier learning for high school students, dually enrolled with the college while still in high school. A great opportunity for high school students to get a leg up on their college careers. Let's talk about the Early College Initiative. Starting in September, the Early College at MCC will debut, offering high school students a chance to earn not only their high school diploma, but a certificate in an occupational area or an associate degree in an area of their choosing, all at no or very little cost to the student and families. This dramatic increase in access to higher ed, this increase in access to continual lifelong learning is happening because of our expansion efforts here in town. The community at large is certainly going to benefit as well because we have an opportunity to offer a full array of lifelong learning opportunities, professional development, non-credit job training, personal development classes, personal enrichment, and cultural activities for the communities we serve. Stay tuned, a lot more coming there as well. If we summarize, the Braman Center is founded upon 4 pillars that we look to lead us into the future. Health careers, the importance of training there, the building of manufacturing skills for our workforce, the idea of increasing access to higher education for our citizens, and the idea of reaching out to all of our community members, be it personal interest, personal enrichment, job training, whatever it may be. You've already heard Tom Cohen talk about the fact that we have reached our initial goal in terms of fundraising This beautiful combination of bricks and mortar and glass, and don't you love the glass, the natural lighting in the building? It is a beautiful setting. But this beautiful combination of construction will be paid for through generous commitments received from many community partners as well as many members of the MCC family. The building is ready to go. The bills are ready to be paid for the construction. But as I've mentioned numerous times to groups I've spoken with, the Braman Center is a tool that will help us achieve our vision. And as I think about that vision for the future of this campus, I know that the only constant is change. The only thing that's going to keep happening is things are going to change on us every day, every month, every year. We see it all the time. Technology enhancement, shifting marketplace and employment needs, necessary changes in our curricula, shifting expectations of our students and our community stakeholders. I've seen it for 25 years in the community college world, and it continues today. Think about it. Today we open the Braman Center and begin a new chapter in MCC's history of service to the community. But today also the clock starts to tick on the obsolescence of major equipment that we have need for, on technology enhancements and software development. The clock ticks on our own curricula and the relevance of those. The building itself, the clock begins to tick immediately. To remain current and relevant, to be a dynamic contributor to the educational, economic, and cultural life of the region, we need to prepare for the future, and we need to do it starting today. The funding equation for education in Michigan. You can close your ears here now for a second. The funding equation for education in Michigan has changed dramatically over the years, as we have struggled through what many economists reference as Michigan's quote-unquote one-state depression. The funding picture for community colleges is no different. Today's MCC students pay tuition and fees, which provide approximately 40% of the college's revenue. State support of community colleges has fallen to a level where MCC now receives less than 20% of its total revenue from the state of Michigan. Almost a complete role reversal with student revenue levels of the past. Clearly, a financial burden has been shifted to the shoulders of our students. Today, we cannot count on prior levels of support received either from the state or federal governments. That simply isn't our reality today. The ability of our students to consistently pay more only goes so far before reaching a tipping point. So therefore, as I see it, we're staring straight between the eyes of another example of a community needing to look to itself to advance its future prosperity. The Braman Center will be an economic development resource for many years to come. To build that and sustain that momentum, to build on successes, to provide more educational access for community citizens, the college must take a more entrepreneurial approach to addressing our needs. Needs such as, a simple need is the maintenance of facilities that require constant attention. The need to make sure that our program and curricula are current and relevant and upgraded to ensure that consistent, relevant learning for our students. The constant advancements in technology require continual updates with equipment, software, and other investments to ensure the currency of those curricula. The demand for new program development isn't going to stop anytime soon. Offering additional opportunities for learners to build a career for student learning, student growth, is a constant that we deal with. Professional development for our faculty and our colleagues on campus has to be current, consistent. It's an important goal for us if we are to present the most quality-oriented programming we can for our students. With the entrepreneurial approach in mind and with being cognizant of the call for continuous quality improvement, today I announce Phase 2 of our Creating Futures campaign. The Presidential Fund for Sustainable Excellence will be a mechanism designed to ensure the future viability of both our Sydney campus as well as our Greenville campus. Think about this. Share this vision with me if you will. I hope you will. Within the next few years, I see our programming on both campuses complementing one another. I see enhanced relationships with our K-12 partners, allowing for more opportunity for high school students to get an early start on their college careers, with the ability to move seamlessly through to the completion of higher level degrees. I see our efforts sparking a renewed interest in manufacturing and fostering the growth of Montcalm County as a center for specialized manufacturing. We have the opportunity to grow a vibrant agriculture program in partnership with Michigan State University. We have a chance to provide increased access to valuable education and health careers, and to build a learning community which values education as an essential element which contributes to quality of life as well as the quality of our work life. This is our vision, and with all of our collective efforts, I know it can happen. Think about all the good things going on that sometimes we don't remember. We live in a community where the spirit of collaboration among many different partners fuels a positive outlook for our future. Although we have experienced more than our share of economic bad news, the fact remains we're resilient. We work together, and we look to create a brighter future together. Our school systems are sound with committed leadership, crafting a vision of excellence for our children. Manufacturers have come through the hard times and are seeing growth in their businesses. Our healthcare providers are state-of-the-art and nationally recognized for the quality of their services. The agricultural base in our region is a cornerstone of our economy. And because of all that, an entrepreneurial attitude grows every day, encouraged by positive economic signs. MCC will continue to play a leadership role in helping the region adapt to this period of rapid transformation. And I know more will be expected of us to prepare the workforce that ensures our region will continue to be a desirable place to live, invest, and prosper. We're ready for that challenge. We're ready to deliver on our promises to the community. We are ready to live up to our commitments to be a key player in forging a new prosperity for all our citizens. We truly appreciate your support. And as we move ahead, we will definitely need your advice and counsel. I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for your support, your interest, and your commitment to what MCC is all about. Thanks so much, and we look forward to a bright future for all of us at MCC and all of our community. Thank you. I would like to call up Bill and your family, Tom Cohn, Karen Carbonelli, Senator Evans, Representative Outman. We're going to do a little ribbon cutting over here.
Everybody now. Right there now I can see perfect. Yep, that should do it.
Simple way.